any of them, right? Instantly?
Well, they're not necessarily just a tree.
And not until I push the button on the handle.
Is there a button on it? Okay. No, it's just trees only, and you can only do that once per day. Or else Magnus could single-handedly deforest the entire planet.
I have a spell called Blight.
What's that do?
It's a necromantic energy that washes over a creature of your choice, but it can also be used on a plant creature or magical plant.
That's 4th level necromancy. You're not level 4. You can't do level 4 spells.
Oh, I know. I was just saying that eventually I'll be able to cast it.
Wouldn't that be cool, you guys? Anyway,
so if
back
you
to
can
reality.
if he can stall...
Let Dad squash some bugs.
Let Dad run out of town and go kill some level 1
I'm going to go grind. And then I'll be back.
Dad is going to buy with microtransactions.
He's going to go pick up
level.
Go pick up and turn in some crush bone belts. That was the nerdiest reference I've done on this show so far, and this is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. As you cut them down with Rail Splitter, which Magnus has been doing fruitlessly now for like 10 minutes, you're knocking some plant matter, you're knocking some meat off of these vines, but they are regrowing back in just as fast as you can cut them, even thicker than they were before.
No, can't do that.
Oh, okay. Wait, no, I've got this. Vines, go away. Please let me through. I can't think of a rhyme.
The vines part. And nope. They do not.
I have Channel Divinity, Charm Animals, and Plants. If I present my holy symbol, which I think you all know I have my Extreme Teen Bible, then invoke the name of my deity, which I'm sure you remember is Pan.
Did you pick Pan just because it was the shortest and easiest to remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you even remember the name of the deity you had before Pan?
Of course I do, Griffin. Malodorous something or other. Each beast or plant creature that can see you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, it's charmed by me for 1 minute. And while it is charmed, it is friendly to you and other creatures you designate.
Okay.
So I could actually ask it to part, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can command it. I'm not going to make a saving throw for a vine because
Steven need to make a saving throw?
Yeah, Steven actually does need to make a saving throw.
Okay. He rolled a 13. I don't know if he has any pluses.
I think I would do it, but that's fine. 13 is not. So right now, Merle has command over your goldfish, and I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means in the context of the game, in the context of the story. I don't know what that means.
I could make it poop.
It does. It poops in the ball, and then the poop immediately dissolves in the water. So stop asking me where the poop goes. There's a lot of tweets last week. How does it poop? It just the water is magic.
It's a magic fucking fish.
It's a magic ball, and it dissolves poop, and it turns the poop back into air. Okay?
Wow. You got to back off that T-level medicine. It's really making you anxious.
You're right.
All right. So what do I roll?
Why? You don't. You just talk dirty to these plants.
Hey, baby, I love your tendrils.
Grossery.
Let me see your pistils and stamen.
Grossery.
Oh, man.
You started it, McElroy.
My knee is basically touching your knee. Please don't do this anymore.
I didn't move.
The vines enveloping the front door begin to flower and bloom.
I die.
Which ought to be a lot easier to cut.
I die in fiction. And remove my headphones and go to Gino's Pizza Pub and Family Fun Center.
Oh, onion
and play
rings.
skee ball for 2 hours. I will. We'll do.
The flowers start to wilt and fade.
Hey there, vines.
Can I leave?
You know what? My buddies over here are going to sing a little sexy music.
No, we're not.
Sing something. Help! Come on, sing something.
Wait! But the vines begin to flower, sort of curious.
See, come on, sing something.
Let's bloom together.
Oh yeah, you know what? I've been looking at you, Vine. I got here a few minutes ago, and I cannot take my eyes off you. I looked at you across the square, 60 feet away, and I said, do not be chopping on this, baby. Look at that sweet, sweet pollen sack. Come on. Let's go over there. So, anyway, it would be really, really good if you would, spread your vines and open up and let us walk in through your door, if you know what I'm talking about.
The vines.
Statistically speaking, at least one of our listeners has just discovered that they are in possession of the world's worst fetish.
The vines flower. The flowers. There's a jubilant puff of honeysuckle dew, and the vines part, allowing you entrance into the building. And I think I just described a plant orgasm.
Yep.
And I hold my thumb and little finger up in the universal symbol of "I'll call you."
Okay. And this has been 50 Shades of Green, starring 4 idiots.
I am in the door.
Oh, I've already left.
I wink at the vines and I go in.
The vines wink back, which is weird.
That's very unpleasant.
Yeah. Once you've been cultivated by Merle, you've been cultivated for life.
Once you, as you enter the door, one of the vines rears back and just whips your butt, just like, and then
thank you.
The vine shuts the door behind you.
Hey, if you're thinking of making some fan art for that lesson, don't.
Please do.
Please don't.
You, the three of you are standing in the posh lobby of the Gold Cliff Trust. There is a regal carpet that you're standing on as you enter in, atop a marble floor. Jutting out of it are these massive white columns that are surrounding this grand fountain in the center of the room. And in that fountain, there is something that looks like a gigantic tree that is growing out of it sort of unnaturally. And you get the impression that tree wasn't there before because it has sort of displaced a lot of the water from this fountain. So the floor is a little bit wet. Some of the vines have started to creep in through the foundation of the building, but not very many. Other than the tree, this foyer is sort of still in its undisturbed, lovely.
Do we
state.
hear anything?
You hear it's funny you ask that, Justin. There is a shrill alarm that is causing. Yeah, that was crazy. There's an alarm that is piercing the silence that's not there because of the alarm in the room. The alarm is ringing out unanswered.
Really vivid word picture of just there's an alarm.
There's an alarm, and the alarm, if there was silence, would be ruining it. Is basically what I just said.
So
you're saying there's not silence?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
There's the absence of silence.
It's loud. It's a loud room because of this alarm that's going off, but nobody seems to be doing anything about it.
Wait, if there's an alarm going off, how is it silent?
Oh, good question, Justin.
So, on the far end of the room behind the fountain from where you're standing are a row of booths,
Teller booth?
Yeah, teller booths. A row of booths there with a pretty secure door, dividing the main lobby from them. And then on the left side of the room, from where you're standing are, a few doors.
Griffin, is the tree doing anything other than, is it going up through a roof, or is there anything on it? Does it seem to have a purpose aside from just being a tree in a room?
Is it checking out my ass? Anything like that?
Strictly platonic from this point on.
Please.
Do I have time to smoke a cigarette?
Can I?
You absolutely do not. You could make a check. Try.
Yes, I would like to do that, please. Is that perception?
Probably investigation to see if you notice.
Investigation. That I rolled a 17.
Okay. You don't notice any sort of obvious movement or anything from the tree, but some of its leaves are falling off, which is curious because there's not a breeze in here. There's not a stiff breeze. You're indoors. But this tree is shedding some of its leaves.
He's really deciding whether or not he wants to use that old.
That is correct.
Okay. Is the tree blocking our way to anything?
No, it is. You're about 40 feet away from it, and it's sort of in the center of the room. The only obvious exits are those doors to the left side of the room.
Is it climbable?
The tree?
Yes.
I mean, it's a tree, so it's as climbable as trees get.
Okay, now I would like to use the lens of straight creeping now.
You look straight down. You're basically standing right in front of the entrance, and you use the lens of straight creep, and you see a lot of footprints moving out of the building, originating from all around this room. Probably the evacuees of this building. But you detect one pair of footprints that is really curious because they start right there at the front door, and then they vanish for like a good 15 feet, and then they reappear, and then they vanish again for another 15 feet, and so on and so forth. It is not the usual sort of footprint pattern that people leave. Pretty cool sentence. And they lead directly to the middle of the room, into the fountain, and then they lead to the left side of the room, through, one of the doors over there.
Wait, before we head through the door, is there any loot? We're in a bank.
Do we see any? Is there? That's actually not a bad question. Is there any like any sign of like money or anything like obviously like stolen or destroyed or anything?
Nothing like obviously stolen or destroyed on this floor. But again, you only have access to about half of this lobby, unless you get into those booths in the back of the room.
Magnus, you want to go look at the booths or you want to go through the door?
I mean, let's check out the booths first.
Booths.
Merle, okay, let's go check out the booths.
Booths.
We go to the booths.
Okay, as you walk toward the booths, towards the booths on the back side of the room from where you're standing, you walk forward, and as you begin to approach the fountain in the center of the room between you and these booths, the tree awakens and turn towards you, and you can make out some knots and features in this tree, which is not a tree at all, my friends. It is a tree ant. Part tree, part ant. Can you even imagine anything more terrifying than a tree ant, and his name is Trent. That's not a listener. I just thought it would be a fun joke. And as it turned out,
you were right.
I was right. It's a really fun,
His name
really
is
fun
Trent
joke.
Reznor.
His name is Trent. Nope, just Trent. Doesn't have to be a reference. Just a fun joke I made.
Does he look as though he's rolling for initiative?
No, it looks like he's going to do a surprise round because y'all just walked right up on him. He is going to rear back, and he's got one sort of big limb, and one sort of small but limb with some sharp barbs on it. And he's going to go ahead and swing in a pretty wide arc at all three of you with his big limb. Why don't you make a dexterity saving throw to try and get out of the way of this attack? He rolled a 16.
I rolled a 4 plus 2, a 6.
14 here. No dice.
17.
17,
Dexterity
okay.
bonus 10?
No, mine's 0.
Okay.
Merle, you duck out of the way and shout, "Hey guys, look out!" Maybe give a fair warning to your compatriots who do not acknowledge it. This massive limb smashes directly into Magnus and Taco and hits you both for
-3 damage.
14 damage.
Whoa!
Picks you up and slides you back toward the entrance of the room about 30 feet away. And now we're going to get into initiative.
Okay.
And it says Groot.
Oh my god, it's Groot.
It's Groot from the hit movie, Groot and his buds.
14. 14.
I got a 12.
I have a 14 and a 4. So I'll take the 14.
Are you sure? Can I sell you on that 4? What? Yeah, you are going right now, Taco.
I cast Blink.
Okay. You
What is
blink,
that?
and your eyes get moister than they were before, and you feel relieved. It had been you guys realize in the whole time you've been doing this podcast, you've never blinked because you never said you did it. This is
The world is
crazy.
new.
I swallow.
No, I cast Blink. That's one of my new third level transmutation spells.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, Blink. So here's how Blink works. I rolled a d20 at the end of each of my turns. And on a roll of 11 or higher, I vanish from this plane of existence and appear in the ethereal plane.
What the shit?
I know. At the start of my next turn, when the spell ends, I transport back to the physical plane within 10 feet of where I was before. And while I'm in the ethereal plane, I can see and hear what's going on in shades of gray, but I can't affect anything.
So
and nothing can affect me.
You can fucking night crawl now?
Yeah, I can bamf.
Bamf!
Yeah.
That's radical.
I know, it's really cool. I was very proud of that selection.
Okay.
So yes, I cast Blink.
Okay.
And now
I also have that according to my sheet here. I've written it down. Blink.
Oh, everyone's blinking.
My turn is over, and I roll 16.
All right. You blink into the ethereal plane. And do you disappear from sight from Magnus and Merle?
Yes.
And Magnus loses his goddamn mind.
Have no clue what's happening.
Okay.
What the?
You blink into the ethereal plane, and suddenly your vision goes gray. You blink out of view from Merle and Magnus, and the scene in front of you, other than the color swap change, stays relatively the same. But for a split second, for a flash after you enter this ethereal plane, you see 3 gray figures with bright white eyes.
What the fuck?
Standing all around the room, sort of positioned around the room, sort of surveying the scene. And as soon as you appear in this ethereal plane and see them for just a second, before you can even discern what they are, they blink out of view.
Oh, man.
Well, nothing weird here.
Are they in the physical realm now?
No, Magnus and Merle, you see nothing.
They just changed the channel they were on. They all switched to 5.1.
Not this idiot.
And that's it for your turn.
Okay.
Next in the order is Merle.
I want to cast Prayer of Healing on Magnus.
It's a good bet.
Oh, okay, yeah, he took a hit.
Yeah. He would regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
Which is, I think, 6 now.
It is.
Okay.
It is
Nice.
6.
Can you, is that a touch spell? Is that a range spell? Does it say the range on it?
Anyone that I can see
Okay, you can see him.
within range. How's your 8?
7. Oh, are you doing it? Yeah, you do it.
Merle, you are still standing right next to the fountain with Trent in it. Are you going to kick it there, or are you going to back up?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Hell yeah.
I'm not going to. So I roll my 8. So that's 8.
8.
Nice.
And that's twice that, correct?
Well, you roll a second time.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
rolling it at him.
8 and 1. So that's 9 plus 6. So I heal him all the way, right?
Wait, why is this? How do you figure out the spellcasting modifier again? I'm sorry, this is the one that I always forget. This isn't hit dice. I don't really get.
It is your spellcasting modifier is your. So for clerics, I think your wisdom modifier plus your
Proficiency bonus.
proficiency bonus,
Which is 3, correct?
right?
3 plus 3. Huh.
3 plus
3 plus
3.
3 is 6.
And then plus your actually plus 1 because you have your Extreme Teen Bible, and that's plus 1.
So I heal him for 16.
But I can't
16.
go above my base number, right?
No.
Okay,
There's
so
a
I'm back to
mechanic
full.
called temporary hit point. I actually don't know if 5th edition has temporary hit points. Probably
does.
And I would just like to point out, for the first time in the history of this podcast, I think I actually cast a healing spell.
That was a
Nice.
healing spell. Confirmed.
That's a good one.
Who had 17 fucking episodes in the pool?
Next in the order is Magnus.
I am going to run up to the tree, push the button on rail splitter, and chop it in half.
Okay. You run up to the tree.
And you're welcome, by the way.
Yep.
That ain't gonna work.
You
The treant.
click the button on rail splitter. It powers up, and you rear back, and with a mighty swing, cut through it like a hot knife through water. And you hear it emit a
Oh, my butt! You chopped my butt!
and it topples backwards away from the front door and topples and falls backwards into the booths in the back of the room, which sends up paperwork and receipts and ledgers go flying up into the air as you fell Trent, the tree ant, who uses his two giant meaty tree branch arms, and he rears himself up and looks square at Magnus in the face, who's standing in the fountain, looking very proud of himself. And he rears up his bark-like face. It's bark-like because it is bark. And he screams at you very loud with sap pouring out of his mouth.
What's he saying?
Yeah, it's some sort of tree language, which Merle understands, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So let me translate. That means he aggressively is going to retaliate against you and cause you some kind of harm.
But I chopped him in half.
And he did take some damage for that.
Yeah, I should hope so.
I think cutting in half counts as a crit. So it's 16, and then some falling damage.
And some halving damage.
Extra 14 damage, so 30 damage altogether.
That's a pretty good hit.
I would just like to point out that if I were fighting a human being and I did an attack that chopped them in half cleanly, like as I believe you said, a hot knife through water, I don't think we'd be rolling for damage.
Well, it is a magic tree and not a human, so... Previously on the Adventure Zone, the Seekers look out for any information that can aid in the finding of these relics, but they are forbidden. Previously on the Adventure Zone, there's a grand relic one of our Seekers have found in the city of Goldcliff, and it is in the possession of a master criminal known as the Raven. And you are just gobsmacked by the largest building in town, which is this 20-story tall golden tower emblazoned with the words Goldcliff Trust. This building is actually slowly being swallowed up by these gigantic thorny vines.
Do you want us to go in and get her?
Can I tell you something? That would be terrific.
Let me ask you this follow-up.
Hit me.
Do you think we're high enough level to do that? I don't know how high
only
level those
6.
vines are.
It is a tree ant, and his name is Trent. That's not a listener. I just thought it would be a fun joke. And as it turned out,
You are right.
I chop it in half.
it topples backwards into the booths in the back of the room, and he screams at you very loud with sap pouring out of his mouth.
But I chopped him in half.
And he did take some damage for that.
Yeah, I should hope so.
If you don't like this episode, you can make like a tree and leave. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. It's been a really rough week. It's the Adventure Zone.
When last we left off, I just killed the tree ant with a single blow.
No, Trent
Chopped him clean in half. Bunyan-esque, they called it.
Trent the tree
Then
ant.
he ate a flapjack the size of a house.
The tree did, or Magnus?
They both did. They shared it.
Yeah, they have.
And we
it.
kissed in
That's
the middle.
a lot to eat.
They worked it out.
A lot of kissing plants this adventure arc. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it had to happen eventually, right?
Okay. Is it my turn yet?
No, it's Trent the tree ant's turn.
I mean, I get 2 attacks.
Okay, we'll say, yeah, it is still your turn. You've just chopped him over, and he lets you know, hey, I'm still here. It's still me, Trent, and I'm still alive.
Now, let me ask you this. I have a special skill called Disarming Strike. Can I do that and take his arms? Probably not, right?
I don't even know what disarming strike means. I don't think it means disarm.
Well, it means that when I hit, I use one of my special dice, the reaction dice, to disarm them. But I guess since he doesn't have weapons, he's basically just doing melee, right?
Yeah, he's a tree.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to attack him with
He's actually got a gun.
Thus, guns are introduced into our universe.
He's got an AK. And he's got it, and he looks like he knows how to use it.
ethereal plane. Oh, he's got a gun, but nobody can hear me, and I'm just watching.
Are you still in that plane?
What you say?
All right, I'm rolling to attack him. I'm gonna do one-handed so that I've got my shield out because I don't want to get hit for 14 points of damage.
You use your move to get to that fountain, but you can still access his butt from where you just cut him.
I want to chop his butt again.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 plus 7, so that's 13. Or sorry, 23.
Yeah, plus 7. Jeezer, creaser.
Yeah, dude. That's my attack
I don't doubt
now.
it, but yeah, people be rolling some high numbers now. Yeah, you hit him.
1d8. 4 plus 6, so I hit him for 10.
Yeah, he did not like that. Is that it for you?
I mean, I could action surge and hit him again, but I think that might be greedy, so I'll wait.
Okay. Okay, so now Trent the Tree Ant rears up on his two broad branches to sort of lift himself up and get a good look at the face of the person who just attacked him. And he is going to whip at you with his smaller, spikier branch arm. And he rolls a 21 versus AC.
Woof. Yep. So I have reaction or parry. When hit, use reaction dice plus S dice to reduce damage by D8 plus dexterity modifier.
There's a lot of shit. What are S dice?
Maybe it's pronounced dice.
So basically that I have 3 reactions I can do before a short rest.
So you roll a D8.
Yeah. Okay. So it was 4 plus my dexterity modifier, which is 2. So I reduce the amount of damage I take by 6.
Okay. Did I say how much damage you took yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
He's going to add 6 to it.
Oh, that did.
No, that's not true. It was 14. So minus 6 is 8.
Uh-huh.
You take 8 poison damage.
Oh, no.
And we're back up to the top of the order. Taco, you are in the ethereal plane.
Okay, come back.
Can you move in the ethereal plane and then come back?
Yeah, I mean, I can get...
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm cool where I'm at. What happens is when I come back... I mean, I can move in the ethereal plane. I automatically come back at the beginning of my turn. When I come back, I can come back to an unoccupied space within 10 feet of where I left.
Man,
So,
that's a good fucking spell.
so how far am I from he who was Trent?
You're still about 30 feet away from him, back at the front door.
Fine by me.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Scorching Ray on Trent.
Are you Scorching Ray?
He wants to know.
You know what's funny? Dad's never listened to my brother and me before. He's just a big Jimmy Ray fan.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Aren't we all?
So let me tell you the story here. I'm going to create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. I can do one target or several. Obviously, I'm just doing the one target. I'm assuming that the whole of Trent is now not connected to the stump, right? The stump's just is no longer part of the Trent.
Yeah, it's
set
just
him
like
free.
it's like if you were fighting Magnus and you cut his foot off, you wouldn't attack his foot.
No, that's true. I don't. Correct. If he was cutting his foot off, I wouldn't do that. So I'm making a ranged spell attack for each of the 3 rays, and then on hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage.
Okay.
This will be unpleasant.
I hope it works.
First one is a 2 plus.
That's going to miss.
That, I mean, it's going to miss. There's no reason to do that. That math. Next one is a 20.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That's a hit. My spellcasting modifier, is that what we were just talking about, the proficiency bonus plus my
Intellect.
Yes. Intellect? Okay.
Plus, if you have, plus your umbrella is +1 now, so 7, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what your intellect is, actually.
So that's 16. So there's 26 and 16.
The 26 hits, the 16 just misses.
Oh. Sheesh. Okay. 5 and 6. 11.
Okay. Wait, did you hit him twice? Or each one does...
Each one does 2d6.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So you did 11 damage. You actually did 22 damage.
Oh, fire.
Because he is vulnerable to that shit.
Nice. And then I wink out of existence.
Cool. How long does that blink go until you fail the roll?
It goes for a minute.
Okay. Well, you're trying to combat is 6 seconds, so...
Yeah, right. So that's... I was thinking we probably wouldn't use it all up. But yeah, if we go 10 rounds, just remind me that I can't do it anymore. I need to use it again.
Okay.
And where did you go?
I'm in the ethereal plane.
Is there anything you can
Which
steal
one?
in the ethereal plane?
Oh, I can't interact with anything over here.
Well, good.
Next in the order are the vines.
What?
The vines in front of the fountain have been drenched in some of the sap that came out of Trent's whole situation and have begun to animate. And 2 of them raise up into the air almost like snakes that have been charmed, and they rear back and they strike at Merle.
What? Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
One of them critically misses, and the other rolls a 24.
All right. What do I roll?
Nothing.
Oh.
Is your AC higher than 24? Because if so, your character's broken, and we need to restart.
No, I got 18.
Okay. You take 11 points of damage, and you are restrained. I know you're wondering, what does that mean?
Tell me, Griffin.
It means that you've learned how to control yourself and keep yourself from lashing out at others.
This appendix leaves much to be desired. You're restrained. A restrained creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So you're all tied up in these vines.
Okay. So I can't do anything?
At the end of your turn, you can make a dexterity saving throw, trying to beat a 10. But no, for this turn, you're all tied up. You can do stuff, you just can't move.
Okay.
And if you're attacked, then the attack has advantage, and if you attack anything, the attack has disadvantage.
Okay.
How would he attack something if he can't move?
I don't know, with his god magic.
With
That's
his
quite a
brain.
disadvantage. Okay.
All right, but before I do anything like that, let me hit you with something else.
No.
I talk to plants. We've already established that early.
Yeah.
Can I just look at Trent and ask him why? Can I just ask him why?
I'm furiously flipping through the book trying to find a way. You have 2 channel divinities. So, at level 6, you got a 2nd channel divinity. You can bust that one off again.
I think it would be good for the podcast if you would use this spell slot
To talk to Trent.
something
to
else?
talk to Trent. No, for the podcast,
No,
you should
Clinton.
talk to Trent. We need to hear from Trent.
We need to check in with Trent at this point.
I am going to use my other channel divinity, and I am going
My
to
butt!
Trent.
My butt! No, my butt!
What's funny is this is not the character of Trent. Griffin just sat on a porcupine.
My butt! I was just born, and then my butt came off. How did you do this? I'll kill you all! I just got born. I'm a baby, and you cut my butt off. You cut my whole body off my butt.
I have a power to heal you. I have
hear it,
plant.
man.
No,
You're
listen.
right. Listen,
I can grow.
Listen, I don't have a butt anymore because you're rolling with some genuine dicks.
I'm not with them. I'm not with them.
You entered into the room with them and you healed one of them, bud.
No,
Nice
I
try.
saw them attack you, and I came in here and I said, can't we just talk to Trent? I just want to talk. I don't know who these guys are. I have plant growth. I can heal you.
What is plant growth? What
That's
is
where I make a... Listen, shh. I know it hurts. It's a boo-boo. And he hurt your butt, and he's a bad man.
He is the worst man. I've
He's
only
the
met
worst
4 men, and he's one of them. And I hate it.
And here, I can do plant growth and make your butt feel good. Oh, God, I worded that wrong.
Well, from what I've heard, it's actually something you're very much into.
Here, you can read this Extreme Teen Bible.
I can't read. I'm in plants, and I'm like 30 minutes old.
Okay. No. Listen, Taco can read it to you, and I can use plant growth. No, shh. And make you
That was a
all
fart. I have
better.
to do those out of my mouth now, thanks to your friend.
That's okay. Oh, wow. Oh.
Yeah, it's a real horror show in here.
Holy shit. That's the worst. No, it's not the worst.
I'm so glad I'm on the ethereal plane for that.
I like it. Oh, I guess Magnus will have to read the Bible to you, and I'll heal you.
This whole time, Magnus is just saying, I don't understand any of this. I just hear tree sounds coming out of Merle. I hear
Merle's just talking like, yeah, you can't comprehend any of this. Trent says, are you going to reattach me to my old butt, or will I grow a new one?
I will try to do that, but if I do, we have to stop this silly little conflict and be buds. And you can really be a bud. See what I did there?
Good.
That was a plant thing. And
I couldn't hear it. I'm in the ethereal plane.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're speaking tree.
Yeah.
Did you just rewind yourself?
I don't want to get... Listen, I'm going to get kind of existential now. But I was born like a minute ago.
Yeah.
And I was put here to stop people from going upstairs. And I think I can... Here's the thing, and it's the only problem. I'm sad about my butt. Well, I'm angry about my butt. Sadness is part of it, and there'll be lots of time for sadness later. But right now, it's mainly just anger. And here's the thing, is that I think I'm winning this fight, and that I might be able to beat you guys. And
the bad lady is the one that sent you down this path. But nobody else sicked you on your 3 best buds to come?
The bad lady grew me up out of the ground out of nothing. Listen, I want a butt very badly. And I'll tell you what, if you give me my butt back, I'll only kill your friends.
You'll let me go?
Yeah. Now really think about it.
I am. Oh, believe me, I'm really thinking about it. You know, anybody that would hurt trees, they suck.
Yeah.
They suck.
No friend of mine.
Merle, what's he saying? Are we going to get out of this one?
Chop him. Will you please freaking chop him?
Do what you're going to do.
It's not my turn.
I'm in the ethereal plane. This is like I'm watching this on Netflix. You can kill whoever you want.
I'm going to keep talking to him. Chop his.
I actually understand common English.
Okay,
That was French. I was talking in French.
Oh, I don't understand French then. Sorry, go ahead.
Chop him.
Dad thinks plant and French sounds the same.
They did sound exactly alike.
Okay,
language.
I am attacking him now.
Is it your turn?
I go after Merle. I guess Merle.
Can I keep talking to him to distract him?
Yeah, you can talk to him as Magnus chops him apart.
I'm going to chop his butt again.
And I think
he's a bad
I think
man.
Magnus should get advantage.
Yeah,
No.
he is distracted. Magnus, you have advantage on your attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
So,
a 16.
Pay no attention to that man with
That's
a great big axe.
23.
He's a bad dude.
So my first attack, I rolled a 23.
It hits.
It hits. That's a D8 plus 6. So that's 8 damage.
Okay.
And now I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
I assume I don't have a surprise advantage now, though.
No, he is well aware.
Well, I rolled a 25.
Wow.
Well, it's hard to miss when you have a plus 7, and I hit him for 7.
Okay.
And I turn and go, Magnus! What did you do?
But you said
Magnus!
But you.
Oh,
Trent goes, okay, all right, okay, guys, all right, guys. I'm thinking about it now. Now I'm giving it some serious consideration. Just the whole backing off, letting bygones be bygones thing. Please don't. I have kids. I don't. I was just born. You know this. I'm a baby, though. You wouldn't hurt a baby, would you? Wah, mama, blah, blah, please. Pass me my binky. Wah. Oh.
Is he dead yet?
Change my diaper, please. My binky now.
So, like, is he dead?
He's not dead, but he's asking for you to let him go.
We can't understand that.
I understood it. Well, you're in the ethereal plane. You wouldn't understand it anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Whose turn is it, Griff?
It's Trent's turn. He spends his turn pleading and crawling his way towards the front door, leaving a ghastly trail of sap behind him.
Okay.
Oh man!
Am I back yet?
Yeah, Taco. It's up to you.
Oh, okay. So, just born, huh?
Yeah.
I raise my hand and I cast Scorching Ray and I say, "Welcome to Earth." 17.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
15.
No.
Okay, so 5, 2, 1. 5, 2, 1, 5. 5, 2, 1, 13. 26.
26?
Yeah, because it's double because it's fire.
Oh, yeah. One of the beams cuts a line up the wall behind him and just goes right through his big arm, which falls to the ground with a thunk. And the other ray just hits him right square in the chest, and he collapses to the ground and sort of disintegrates. And as he does, the two vines that were restraining Merle release him.
Oh, Trent.
I guess we solved your baby Trent puzzle, huh?
You guys would have no idea what Merle is so sad about.
Yeah, we did great. Merle, come on.
I know. It's just, I don't know. He was so young.
He hit me, like, real hard.
Hey,
I know, but you're a douchebag, and he's just so young.
I mean,
I miss him.
fair.
I miss him too. It was a him. That's fine. Is there any good gold or anything?
You find Trent's wallet on a wallet chain. He had a wallet chain going into a small bird's hole.
I keep staring at Taco the entire time.
He does not have a wallet on him. He's a tree, but you could...
He does have pockets, and we find his Subway stamp club card.
I go right. It has no stamps. He was born 30 minutes ago. Can I go over to the booths then? I've moved on with my life.
Okay, yeah, there's a pretty clear gap into the booths where Trent fell. So you can sort of climb over some of the rubble and access those booths. There are some registers back here that have been picked clean. They're all open and empty. But underneath one of the booths, the far booth, underneath, sort of tucked away, is a small black iron lockbox.
Cool.
It's locked. It's
locked, right?
Yeah.
I figured it was locked.
Well, we put
What's
it
the
in our
size
bag.
of it? Large, small?
Shoebox size.
We should have some rogues. Well, we have rogues.
We need a rogue. Can we have another brother?
Rogue.
Hey,
Dad?
Dad, can you? Hey, Dad.
Daddy.
Hey, Dad. I've been wanting to talk to you about this for a long time. How about a brother or sister that can play D&D with us? Now, listen, it is going to take him a while to learn the ropes.
He could adopt.
You can adopt?
Can you adopt Will Wheaton?
Actually, you do have a fourth brother.
What?
What?
Why are you telling us this? Can we
just
end?
asked. You've never asked before.
Can we end the call and talk about this? Seems like a bad venue for this.
No,
This
you
is-
opened the can of
This
worms.
is what the donors paid for.
Let's talk about it. His name is Jon Snow. Mm-hmm. He has a job in the armed forces.
Oh, I love him. He did that Infama. You know what I got
That's just
down.
snow. That's
A licky
snow.
boom boom down.
And he's kind of stationed far away, but he's always asking me if he has any brothers, and I didn't acknowledge because he's a real bastard. So I haven't really said anything before, but maybe we can get him on the phone after the show.
Hey, Dad, just real quick. How proud of yourself were you for that joke?
Pretty proud. I've been saying this since episode 2.
And a second question, follow-up question, Dad, did you get my Informer by Snow joke?
No way.
No.
I licky boom boom down.
Now he gets it.
Why did you licky my boom boom down? I don't
And
understand.
I'm dead. Hey everyone, this is Griffin McElroy, your Dungeon Master, your best friend, your life colleague. Thank you all so much for listening to The Adventure Zone, episode 19, the second part of our newest story arc. It's good to have you here. I hope you're having a good Thursday. I want to take a break from the show real quick to tell you about some of our sponsors this week, like, for instance, 1 Month. 1 Month is an online service that teaches you how to code and all kinds of tech skills that you're going to need to survive in the upcoming techno-apocalypse. 1 Month students learn to code by building real websites and apps, growth hacking their businesses and websites, and building payment systems and security solutions.